YouTube, Engineer Boy 100 here. Today's video is on changing the cam position sensor on a 1999 BMW E36 M3. Why am I changing? Well, there are a lot of tests that you could do. Test the wiring harness, you could test the sensor itself, you could double check both, but I know the history of the vehicle, so today we're just going to go ahead and change the sensor, because the sensor that I have in there currently, I got on eBay for like $14. It's a cheap sensor. It's been in there for about a little over a year, and I think it's time that it failed. So we're just going to go ahead and get a nice $80 OEM VDO, the VDO box, and here's part number. I'll give you a closer look at this too, and do it right. You take the old sensor out, put this new sensor in. I'll show you how to do it on the car, and then we'll see if you clear it, if the code comes back once you clear it, and the issues go away with a little bit, just a tiny bit of lag, a little bit of dragging, not quite as much crisp performance as I'm used to, so I think that's why it's doing that. And I'll let you know. So let's go down to the car and pop this in. Okay. So here's the sensor. This is what it looks like if you're going to do the same job, and it's located on the front of the valve cover. So you'll see when we go down to the car where exactly the cam position sensor. All right, we're down at the car, and I'll show you the basic steps it takes to change the cam position sensor. Now, you can't just go straight at it, even though it is right here on top on the front of the valve cover. The first thing you will have to do is remove the back part of the Vanos solenoid. Okay, and there's an electrical connector on this, and you want to unplug that first, which the electrical connector is right under here. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little connector that you depress. I probably should take this off and show you. I'm going to take this off and show you, because I want you to see that. So, okay, magic. Popped off just like magic. So here we go. This is the electrical connector that goes to the solenoid here, that goes to your Vanos. So you just want to depress this clip right here. You depress it, and you just pull this out. Let me just do that so you see it. All right, depress, pull. Why? Because you have to unscrew this solenoid to remove it. Now, here's the next piece of information I would really want you guys to pay close attention to. To unscrew that, it takes either an adjustable wrench, or the actual size is a 32 millimeter wrench, and those are not small. This is what I'm talking about. This is the 32 millimeter wrench. To give you an idea of the size, that is a huge wrench. Okay, so that's what it takes to remove that solenoid, and it's probably a good idea to know about that in advance. So without further ado, we'll remove that, and then we will remove and replace the cam position sensor, which is right underneath the solenoid for the Vanos. It's right down here, and it takes an Allen. It has one Allen screw that holds it in place, and I'll show you that and tell you what size that is once we get the solenoid off. Okay, so for the first step, we're going to go ahead and take this solenoid loose. Just give it a little bit of a bump. Once it's loose, it comes off pretty easy. Just comes off like so. And you unscrew it. And you know, you do get a little bit of oil, so let me get some paper towels and put underneath there real quick. Hold on. Yeah, let's get a little bit of these nice clean paper towels on here, minimize the mess we get all over the car, and shorten our cleanup time before we let this guy loose. It's not a lot, but you do get a little bit of dripping out of there. So here we go. And clean this off, put it aside. In fact, I can put it right here. And now, as you can see, we have access to the cam position sensor. And there's the Allen screw right on top. So that's the only screw holding that. And there's an electrical connector underneath the intake manifold that we have to also disconnect and just replace with the new. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and take our Allen wrench loose. This is a 5 millimeter. V5 is the size of this Allen wrench. So you just take it loose like so. And once that is loose, you can pick it out by hand as well. So take that bolt out, little Allen bolt, and then you should just be able to slide. I think you also have to take this hose loose. Yeah, because it won't slide out, it obstructs it. So I'm sorry about that. I forgot about that. So we have to take, this little hose off before the camshaft position sensor will slide out. So let's get that done. Give you a better shot of that too, so you can see. All right, so this is the little hose that comes also from the Vanos. You have to take this nut here loose and remove this hose so that the camshaft position sensor can slide out. So we will take that loose, and I'll tell you what size nut bolt that is. All right, so that bolt right here is a 19 millimeter. So you give it a little bit of a, and there you go. And this one will leak a little bit more, if I remember correctly. So we just take this loose, and I like to drape it over out of the way. Yeah, it's not too bad, it didn't leak too bad. Save my washer, and just drape it up out of the way like so. It doesn't have to go too far. And now we can actually remove the cam position sensor from the valve cover, like so. And there's the old sensor. Now all you can do is it's easier now to follow this down to the connector underneath here and disconnect the old one and connect the new one. Sometimes it's easier too if you take the new one in with you so that you don't have to go in twice, but it doesn't matter which way you do it. Okay, you may notice too that there's a little green O-ring in here, so you want to make sure that that goes back in if it comes off on the sensor, or if it is in there, you don't put another one on top of it with the new sensor. And I'm just going to leave it there since this sensor was relatively new. There's really nothing wrong with it. I'm going to go in with my connector and try and change them both at the same time. So let's see what we get here. Go up under there and disconnect this old one and connect the new one. Now if your hands are really, really, really big, so there goes the old one. That might be a problem. so there's not a lot of space. So that is a problem. And if that's the case, I don't know. I guess you could come in from the side, remove the cooler for the alternator, come in from the side is an option. There's a little bit more space that way. Or, oh God forbid, you'd have to remove the intake manifold. Or get a buddy that has smaller hands, or your wife, somebody, I don't know. There's a lot of options, but you'd have to be able to, there you go. Alright, so yeah, you're not going to be able to see under there. My hand is just about the size, the biggest size you're going to get. And then we're going to connect in the sensor. Alright, so here's a little screw, a little bolt. I'm going to go ahead and put the new cam sensor in, cam position sensor in, line it up, put the cord down, out of the way, line it up with the screw hole, and put the screw in. And that's about it. Then we just take the solenoid for the Vanos, screw it in first, and then do the electrical connector, and lastly we'll reconnect the hose. Just do everything pretty much in reverse order. You want to make sure you tighten this, because if it jiggles around, you leave it loose on accident and it jiggles around, you're going to get a light. You're going to get an error code, because it's going to be an inconsistent reading for the computer. So you want to make sure you not over tighten it, but snug it up. You don't want to leave it hand tight. Just give it a little tug like that, and that's good enough. Then we're going to get our solenoid here for the Vanos. We're going to make sure, see here, Yeah, there's a little O-ring on here to seal the oil. And don't get your cord tangled up. Put that on. Turn it until it stops, and then give it a nice little tweak. I mean, it's not even a quarter of a turn, just a tweak with the big 32 millimeter wrench. So we get the big 32 here, and you just give it just a little tweak, just like eek, until it's snug. Just a little turn. There's no. That's it. That's all you want to do. Okay. Then you do your connector. Do that before you connect up anything else. Should just snap in. If it has a little bit of difficulty, push the little wire retainer in, and then it'll go on in. Next, we want to reconnect our hydraulic hose. Now, this hydraulic fitting here that goes back on the valves, it has a washer on both sides. A washer on both sides. So you want to make sure you sandwich this fitting with a washer on both sides so you don't get leaks. So one washer on the top. I have one still on here, one washer on the bottom. Make sure both of these washers are on like that. And then you install the supply hose, hydraulic supply hose, to the Vanos solenoid here on the bottom. And turn that in. And that is a 19 millimeter, in case you didn't catch it earlier in the video. It is a 19 millimeter wrench that tightens this bolt. Okay, and you want to make sure you do tighten that. You're going to have a mess. Fire it up. So the best time to do it, so that you don't forget, is right away, so that you don't have time to forget. And as you get older like me, you have to think about things like that. So support the hose a little bit with one hand so it doesn't turn on you. And then you want to tighten. Now you don't have to over tighten these either. These washers seal well. Check your washers to make sure they don't need to be replaced. But just give it a little bit of a tweak like that, and that's all you need for that bolt. Finally, we're going to reconnect to our. This is the hose I put on here. It's a 1-inch silicone hose, 1 inch inside diameter, and it goes down to the oil separator. Okay, so it connects right here at the valve cover, and it goes down to the oil separator. So I use this because I have an aftermarket bottom under there for the vacuum on the intake manifold, because I changed this from a single side. You see, this might be double wide. Okay, well, this is from an OBD1 beamer. This is an OBD2 beamer, but I get a little bit better breathing and a little bit better acceleration with this larger intake manifold, which I love. And it's a bear to get on, kind of depending on your skill level. If you're advanced, then it could be easy. But anyway, that's it. I mean, everything's buttoned up. We got the sensor in. We have the Vanos button back up. Vanos supply hydraulic line hooked back up. And that is it. So thanks for watching, and have a nice day. Alright, so we got it all hooked up. One way to tell if you did it right is, does the car start? So let's see if it starts. I love that sound. Thanks again for watching.